One thing we can all agree on is that historically women have been the oppressed gender, and throughout time, especially here in Ghana, so much has been done to bring some equality or level the field. But I think, especially now in modern times here in Ghana, there has been some overcorrection. I am a teacher, so when I say overcorrection, I'm talking about what's happening in schools right now. There seems to have been a massive swing to the other side where girls are getting all the opportunities, all the sponsorships, and all these NGOs are just pushing for what they say is equality for girls, but then it doesn't seem that way. And I know me being a man is going to sound like I'm speaking out of bias for my gender or out of some kind of jealousy, but then no, I'm actually speaking from a good place, and I'm really open for this conversation. Because I go online and I see all these initiatives for girls in ICT, girls in this, girls in that, girls in that, and I'm wondering what about the boys, because it's not like these opportunities were for boys all this while. Boys never had access to these opportunities. Growing up, I never had exclusive access to some of the opportunities they are offering girls now. And yes, I'd agree a lot of these opportunities being offered exclusively to girls are valid. That's some of them, looking at the menstrual health stuff and other things. But then there are others that kind of have me raising an eyebrow that really it looks as if we are pretending like interest is not a thing. For example, look like at these girls in ICT stuff. There are some girls who could really go far in ICT, but then if I'm being honest with ourselves, most girls are not interested in ICT. And so what's going to happen is they would eventually fall off. Because if we are really interested in creating equal opportunities for both genders, why are we not talking about boys in home economics? The whole thing just doesn't seem fair to me. It seems like we are just leaving a boy child behind, and that's just not fair. Wouldn't it be better to just create the opportunity for everyone and develop potentials based on interest and talent? It looks as if you are just shoving things down the throats of our girls. It's like we are just forcing them to things they are not necessarily interested in, and they eventually fall off and do their own thing. Because with this whole empowerment thing, is like some girls or some ladies have been over empowered into a state of delusion and entitlement. I think that is feeding into the whole sugar daddy pandemic we are having right now, but that's another whole other conversation. Back to the point, let's try and level things and bring some true equity and equality for both our boys and girls. Because one funny thing I've noticed is all this empowerment, a lot of it happens in Accra and urban places. Because if you're looking at real places where girls need to be empowered, that's around the communities where I teach, where a parent will look you straight in the eye and tell you, I'm not sending my girl child to school because she's going to get pregnant and get married eventually, so I'm not going to waste my time. I feel a lot of these NGOs are doing these things in Accra because it's just convenient, where you can just take pictures and do this stuff. But if you want a real challenge, go to the rural communities, and that's where you can really empower girls. But in Accra, things feel, even to me to an extent, for the NGOs out there, if you really want to empower girls, go to rural communities, and you could contact me. I know a few rural communities, and they really need empowerment. So this is just a thought, and let's open up this conversation, because it feels like the boy child is being left behind, and I don't see that ending well for us as a country and as a community. Thank you.